Hello, Fresno, and welcome to the Positively Fresno show. I'm your host, Jenine Klein, and today I have Brandon Nelson with me with First Street Apothecarian and Nelson Hemp Farm. Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Jenine. Thank you for having me today.
Brandon is involved in CBD and its medical alternatives to prescriptions and pain relief, and he's here to tell us all about it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I am involved. I have a CBD storefront here in Fresno. It's called First Street Apothecarium. At that store, I have a physician that I work very closely with. He's actually medical director of the main line of product that we carry at First Street Apothecarium. You can get CBD and hemp products at a lot of places these days, and I think it's great, but not all CBD is created equal. And really, I think that the public and the patients utilizing these products, it's good to get knowledgeable, and it's good to get the knowledge from a legitimate place. Having a doctor behind me and with me has made such a huge difference, and it's helped me learn too and expand my knowledge base. But I mean, CBD, there's so many benefits. I mean, from just pain relief, epilepsy, anxiety, lupus. There's so many different illnesses and ailments that studies have been shown that it can help, and it is definitely beneficial for a lot of different things, Janine.
And you have a background in medical as well to help with a customer who comes in or has questions, and there's the medical professional you have on staff that answers any questions if they have anything about dosage or what would benefit them in the best way.
That's one of the big bonuses that we have, that we have a physician so readily available. Also, not only do we have the physician there, in the office we also have a chiropractor who comes in. So it's not just the CBD that you can get from us and what we're trying to do. Every patient that comes in, whether it be a chiropractic patient or a massage therapy patient that comes in, the CBD is incorporated into their treatment, whether it be, we start out when they come in, a lot of folks have anxiety over doctor's visits. Maybe we give them a gummy or a small tincture to start off to ease that anxiety. A lot of our oils are infused with different CBD products. So, when we're working muscle work or applying topically, not only are they going to get the benefit of some kind of myofascial release or work there, but they're also getting the medicated, the CBD oil and the topical that is a great anti-inflammatory, great pain reliever. And that's kind of the difference, I think, that separates us from just a place that sells CBD. Mm-hmm. We're not just selling you that. I mean, if you have knee pain, for example, and you're pending a surgery, whether it be a meniscus tear or something like that, granted, that tear's not going to fix itself. We need Western medicine. We need pain relievers. But while you're waiting for your surgery, I can absolutely set you up with some topical CBD and a brace that's going to help alleviate a lot of that pain until you can have surgery. And then after surgery, I can also assist you with, a topical around that site, or a sublingual tincture that can kind of overall help the body to, decrease inflammation and relax a patient, help them get better rest. I can also assist with post-surgical equipment, whether it be an additional brace to support them or immobilize them for a while, or some kind of a cold therapy machine or electrical stem combined with the CBD. All these things together really can help benefit a patient. And like I said, I provide non-pharmaceutical and non-operative alternatives to help patients with their pain.
And you're definitely trying to let the viewers know that you want them to go see their doctor still, and this isn't a cure-all for 100%, anything.
100%. No, and I avoid those terms like miracle cure, cure-all. It's just, I don't make wild accusations, but I'll tell you this. If you're in pain, say you're a 9-10 on a 1 to 10 pain scale, you come into my office, we're going to send you off on your way, and you're going to be knocked down a few pegs on that pain scale. That I can guarantee you.
That's great. And you have a website
Yes.
that's firstapothecarium.com, and it's
Correct.
a one, correct?
Yes,
It's
one ST, yeah, first.
Right. And then there's a whole other side to you as a farmer, a Nelson hemp farm. So explain that about yourself too.
Correct, yes. And now not only do I sell the CBD, but I also run a hemp farm. I've grown up here in Fresno County my whole life. I grew up on a small vineyard. And like a lot of different industries right now during this pandemic, not just the pandemic is affecting business, but other things too. The price on raisins, the price on almonds, everything is down. We're hurting. So in business, you have to look to other opportunities and what can keep you alive and keep you going throughout the times. And right now, hemp is looking pretty good as a good domestic cash crop.
Mm-hmm. And then for us out there who don't understand the difference between CBD and THC, so if you grow hemp, that the bud that people smoke is different than the bud that is on a hemp, or how does that even work?
Well, they look very, very similar. They
Okay.
do look a lot alike, but the hemp plant is a low THC producing plant, which generally produces higher CBD content, where a marijuana plant, which they are cousins, they look a lot alike. It's just higher in that THC, and more specifically the delta 9 THC, which is the psychoactive part of the plant. And so it's just one has higher THC level and one is known to have a higher CBD level.
And then to get CBD, do you have oils or do you crush the plant? How does it get there?
There's actually, there's different ways. There's something called a full spectrum CBD, which yes, you would take that whole plant and you would press it for the oils. And even in a hemp plant, when you do that, you're going to get a small amount of THC. It's just impossible because you're using everything in the spectrum. But you can also do something which is called make an isolate, which is pretty much what it sounds. You isolate the CBD from the plant, and then you can use that. And some folks will use like a lot of organic things to make the oils and the tinctures with that. Others also will add in some of the other natural things in the compound and terpenes other than THC, and that's called what's called a broad spectrum CBD. So really you're looking at full spectrum, broad spectrum, and isolate CBD, where the full spectrum will have a little THC. Mm-hmm. Broad spectrum is no THC, but it does have some of the other natural things in that plant, where the isolate, where the CBD itself is isolated out.
And then, see, that's all so interesting. And so the difference between, to simplify it, between the THC and the CBD is the THC from the marijuana plant gets you stoned, gets you high.
It has a psychoactive effect.
And then
CBD does not.
Does it because it doesn't have the THC in there, and
Or just very, very low amounts.
low enough that it wouldn't
In
get
the
you
full
stoned.
spectrum. No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, it would be impossible.
You'd have
And
to
it's
eat a ton of it or something to.
And you would get sick from eating before you would get high.
Which leads me to a question.
Go ahead.
For dosage, you guys at First Street Apothecary, the medical doctor, and everybody would help you with dosage, because some
That's
people.
it. Dosage and delivery, the 2 Ds.
Yes,
That's like
okay.
the most important
Right.
thing. But everybody's dosage should be a little bit different. I mean, it's no different than, a patient having a medication and, well, if they took a whole pill of that, maybe it's a pain reliever, and it's just way too much, and it just knocks them out, where if they took half of it, it would relieve their pain somewhat and allow them to be functional. I mean, CBD, the dosage wise, I mean, there's nothing that's gonna make you sick or anything. Really, the worst case scenario, if you took too much CBD, you're gonna be a little groggy the next day. Maybe, drink a little water, you'll be all right. But it's really safe. I'm sorry, we got a little off there.
Well,
Go
you
ahead.
know what also is, does it make you hungry? Like, do you have to worry about weight gain? Like,
I have
if you
not
smoke
noticed
weed,
that.
you're like, eat a bag of Doritos or something?
In reverse, they have had some studies show that it can help you lose weight.
Oh, okay.
Because it reacts with different receptors in your brain and immune system positively, and allows you to be a little more maybe active and things like that, and burn fat cells.
And then you brought a video.
Oh yeah, it was kind of a fun skit if we have time
absolutely.
to watch.
Let's check it out.
I'm looking for the gloves that have non-latex on it. Oh yeah, the CBD has copy on it. CBD has copy on it.
The CBD has copy on it.
Now I'm looking for a glove with a sparkle on it. And my CBD got chocolate on it.
I take my CBD with honey and tea, please. Hey, my CBD has chocolate on it.
Hey, my CBD has chocolate on it too.
And my CBD.
That's
Good.
Come check us out at the First Street Apothecarium. We have great products. It's going to help you get out of pain, help you relax. Come and check us out. We're waiting for you. See you there.
I like that.
That was kind of a fun skit that we did. We all had a lot of fun doing it. It was
Yeah.
just like a laugh throughout the whole process.
Exactly. That's what it's about. That's fun. So, Brandon, is there anything else you'd like to tell us that I may have missed to the viewers about?
Just if you're looking to relieve some pain, relieve some anxiety, feel better, come see us. That's what we're here for. And we're not a big pressure. This is what you need. This is what we recommend. We're here to help.
And so, with the COVID-19 regulations, are you doing delivery, or can they call and get advice over the phone?
Both. You can come in.
Okay.
You can absolutely come in. We do deliveries every day, but you can absolutely schedule kind of like a phone consult too. If you wanted a little bit extra time other than just a call in, we're happy if we don't have a line at the register to spend some time just on the phone answering questions. But if it gets a
Yeah.
little in depth, absolutely call and we can schedule a little bit more of a consult.
Okay. And thanks, Brandon, for coming in. I learned so much because I had questions. I didn't understand the difference, and maybe other people out there did too.
Well, thanks for having me, and I hope you guys got some benefit out of me being here today.
Absolutely. And go
Appreciate
check
it.
him out. And he can help you, and his medical professionals there at First Street Apothecarium can. Okay, thanks. Oh, and by the way, thank you to Molly Meeker at Bay Equity Home Loans for sponsoring the show. Bye.
Thank you.
Hi, Fresno. I have today with me Shirley Nellon, and she is a food entrepreneur here from our Central Valley, and she created Grandma's Old Fashioned Puff Corns, and she was on the Undercover Billionaire show as one of the vendors that is currently in Shep's Club downtown Fresno. And hi, Shirley.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
And so you are so creative and innovative when it comes to food, and tell us about your journey, because this isn't your first creation.
No, I first started out with a food trailer at Tioga Brewery. They gave me that opportunity, so that was really great. And I stayed there for probably maybe say 3 years. And then I was picked up by Gazebo Gardens. And I still did Fresh Yes and a few other venues like Bitwise here in Fresno until wintertime. And in the wintertime, hot dogs just really don't sell because of Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. And after that, I had to come up with something creative to pay bills. And I had talked to my dad, and he said, don't you remember that your grandmother used to make puff corn and you would help her? So that's how it started out.
And that's how you have your name, Grandma's Old-Fashioned Puff Corn, and it's gourmet, and it's unique. Tell what makes it unique, and it's not popcorn, it's puff corn.
Right. I think what makes it unique, a little unique, because there's a lot of puff corn out there, but I use a vegan butter, and I use a guava for the sweetener, and some of them I do use a regular cane sugar, but we have no husks, no kernels, no seeds, anything like that. It's just real flavorful. So even though it's low, the majority of the puffs are low in calories, or they have very, very few calories. It's just a really great taste, and it's kind of addicting. Once you taste it, you're like, oh my God, can I have more? So it's really good and healthy for you.
And healthy, and there's 22 flavors.
Yes, I have 22 different flavors. I think maybe the most popular one, besides caramel, would be my cookies and cream, pink elephant. The banana pudding is like off the chain. Everyone loves it. It's just so many flavors, and a lot of my flavors come from customers. They ask me, can you make this, or have you tried this? And so that's how I come
And
up
your
with them.
pink elephant is a tribute to the pink popcorn that
Yes.
used to come in the little packages, and it was
Right,
square.
right, like you got like at the circus or at the
Right,
Chaffee Zoo.
and you just eat it.
And my customers love it. A lot of them say it tastes like Fruity Pebbles, and but they still buy it. I said that wasn't the flavor I was going toward, but they still love it.
And so you and your gourmet puff corn
Yes.
is on Undercover Billionaire.
Yes.
And tell us how that came to be. That's exciting.
Well, actually, I was at River Park Farmers Market. That's one of the locations you can find me. When they first started filming. And when they first started filming, I didn't know when she came up and she talked to us about starting Elaine Kaladi. She was looking to start a business. Well, we didn't know at that particular time. So it was really neat to find out later that that's what this the cameras and everything following her around was going to be. So in the meantime, being there, and I had seen her a few more times, they decided they were going to have a farmers market at the Shep's Club, which is Shepherd's Inn, downtown Fresno by Amtrak. So they were looking for vendors, and so I went in and talked to Chris and to see if Butter Bunches could become a part, and he said yeah. So they loved Butter Bunches, so Butter Bunches is everywhere. But yeah, that's how we found out a little bit later that that was the building that they had picked for that. So it's very exciting.
It is very exciting. And there's in the one of the episodes, isn't your the butter bunches that it goes across the? You were telling me the story
across the top. But there is going to be a one episode where you are going to get to see more of Butter Bunches on there. So it's just really exciting for me.
And so, tell us a little bit about how you make popcorn. You don't have to give away your secrets, but tell us a little bit what it entails.
Well, Butter Bunches is a puffed corn, and we have different flavorings. Like I said, we use the guava to go on there. We are baked, so it's very different from popcorn. So that therefore you're not getting the oils, because we don't use any type of oils or anything like that. The vegan butter that I use is a really good one that almost tastes like butter. But I get it at either Walmart or Whole Foods, so you can always go in there and ask for vegan butter. And just like I said, it's real flavorful.
And you also have gold on.
Yes.
Okay, so I had a tray she gave me. It tasted so good.
We have a 24 karat gold, and Chris over at Shep's Club is going to feature that, I believe, sometime next month. So we will present that, and they're going to call it a certain name. So I won't give that away. But yeah, the gold one is really neat. I did that. I just came up with that for like just a novelty.
Just for a little sparkle.
Yeah,
because it's really sparkly.
Yeah, for and it's edible. It's an edible gold, so it's nothing in there that's going to hurt you. I think my most favorite one that I love right now is called the I Love You. It's a red velvet cake, and I did that for Valentine's Day. Or if you just want to give somebody a really pretty gift, the I Love You one is just, it's the bomb.
And it's on butterbunches.com is your website.
Right.
And then on Instagram, it's butterbunches.
Yeah.
And then also
On Facebook.
Facebook, also the farmers markets here. Are you at all of them besides River Park, the one downtown? Or-
No, I'm at River Park. I'm at Fort Washington. I do Valley Children's. I also am in Tower Blends, which is here in the Tower District. They just started carrying me at Gazebo Gardens.
Patio Cafe as well.
Yes, Patio Cafe. I love her. She's such a sweetheart. Patio Cafe, also K&E Ranch in Selma, and like I said, in the Shepherd's Inn. So it's really exciting. Butter Bunches is kind of, getting out there, which is exciting for a small business. So.
And here, and where do you make your puff corn?
Well, actually, I have a commercial license, and so I use different kitchens. Also, I'm in the process of trying to get it's called a cottage license, so that because sometimes using kitchens can be a little bit pricey, and it's kind of hard to make, to kind of stay up when you got to get your product and make it. Pay kids, because I support autism, and I have those kids help put my labels on there. So it can be a little pricey, so I'm trying to get a cottage license where it wouldn't cost as much as it does with the commercial license.
I see there's so much going into it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's amazing, and it's taken off so fast. And
I'm really excited about that.
it is exciting, and we were at the Undercover Billionaire premiere together, and that's where we met, and she had free samples, and as we were watching the show, and it was really fun, and she's just so lovely to chat with and talk to, and so go find her Butter Bunches, go online, go to the farmer's market,
Yes.
support her, because her product and her puff corn is really delicious, and it's really fun to eat because it's different than the popcorn, because
Right.
it doesn't get stuck in your teeth. It's not that you're not gonna break a crown or
No,
anything.
you won't break a crown. And, I'm really easy to get a hold of. You can hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, or just, call me, 559-230-9264. Text me. We do deliver on 4 bags or more, free here in Fresno. So, and we mail out Butter Bunches all over.
That's so exciting. And thank you so much,
Well, thank
Shirley.
you.
You're a joy to be around. Go see her. Go get her puff corns. They're super, super good. Thank you. And thank you to Team Meeker at Bay Equity Home Loans for sponsoring the show. See you later, Fresno. Hey Fresno, today I have a special guest, Scott Holmes with Car Scene Fresno. Now, Scott, no one's ever seen your face, and on Instagram you promote car shows, car events. You're into the secret life of everything cars.
Yes.
And so say hello to all your fans out
guys.
there. This is what he looks like. You never known.
Yeah.
So Scott, how did you get into cars and create Car Scene Fresno?
It all started watching movies growing up. Everyone's either had a dad that worked on cars, watched movies. Me in particular is movies. From movies, watching them, got into it, fixing them with my dad. Then eventually I was able to drive, got my own car, fixed it up. And then from there on out, it was just cars. And, then I met friends that had cars, and, every car is different. It makes you who you are. And it's really cool because it tells the story about that person. It could be a show car, a drag car, drift car. It just, you drive the car, you feel the car. It's just something people have to experience.
And people through social media reach out to you because they're putting on a local show here, let's say at Granite Park,
Yeah.
for instance, and they organize it, and it's mostly businesses, correct? Or let's say a car paint shop. And they'll give out prizes or raffles for the best car that has the best paint.
Yes.
Right, and so people reach out to you. How did this evolve? And you have over 2,000 followers
Yeah.
on your Instagram account. So this is popular.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, long story short, I was homeless. And so for me, that really hit me personally growing up. And eventually my family and I overcame that. But honestly, the page was made to host and promote car meets. So even though I'm not always hosting, the followers are, but I did it to where I encouraged them to come out. You bring a canned food, and through my sponsors, whether it be Detail Garage, shout out, to them, or Boba Pub, Rolly Rolly Ice Cream, anybody that sponsors the page, I encourage them to come out to the show, bring a canned food. You get a raffle ticket to get, a free thing, whether it be detailing soap, wax, shampoo, whatever, soaps. And that way, all that canned food goes to the Poverello House, because personally that impacted me, so I want to change the community, and this is my way of kind of changing it. So then it just, where are the car meets at? No one knows. And eventually it was like word of mouth. Oh, that's not happening. Yeah, it is. And then I was like, I'm just going to create a page, throw it all there, everyone knows where to find it. First it was just me and my small group of friends, and then it was just they shared it, I shared it, they shared it, and it's just a huge domino effect.
Yeah.
And it just continues to blow up. I wake up every morning and it'll be like 20 notifications from either messages, followers, comments, and I'm like, dang, I gotta turn my my ringtone off. It's crazy, but it's pretty cool.
It is really amazing. That's an amazing story that you shared with us, and for you to do something so positive and giving back to the community is beautiful, and we need more people like you. Thank you.
No problem. I try to reach out to businesses, especially now with the pandemic. It is really hard to try to host events and people wear masks and stay 6 feet. But I do try, even virtual giveaways. I do monthly giveaways on my Instagram. Not so much Facebook, because it's a lot harder to kind of keep track of both. But as far as meats wise, like I want to do canned food drives and stuff, continue to do that. But like I said, with the pandemic, it is hard. But I encourage people, you have some extra canned food, shoot it to Poverello House, man.
And I notice on all your posts on your Instagram page, it always, the very first paragraph, it always talks about being COVID-19 friendly, stay safe, wear your mask. You always have that out there, so you're very
Correct.
adamant about, I'm going to do this and we're going to promote this, but you have to be safe
Correct.
and careful that way. you know, it's good for everybody.
Yeah.
It's still remaining a safe environment and positive, and it can keep going, and
Most
it doesn't have to
definitely.
end.
Yeah, because I guess for me, like I have a crazy schedule. So like I'm off a random day out of the week and then weekends, and I have other friends that are off the beginning of the week and not weekends. You know, so on our page there's always something going down, whether it be cars and coffee early in the morning, whether it be a thirsty Thursday. You know, so that way it kind of fits in with your schedule and it fits in with everyone else's. And it kind of works a little bit for everybody. Some people ask me, like, is there anything going on? Is there anything going on? And I'm like, well, if there is, if I hear something, I'll post about it. I usually try to put it in the story 24 hours ahead of time, so that way it doesn't disappear and you can see it. But for the most part, you know, like I try to stay on top of it. I work too, guys, so like I'm always busy with my life, but I promise you guys I try to stay on it.
And you do. There's more than you would think.
Yeah.
Go check out his page, and there's always something happening. And what would you say, what would be advice to a person who sees your interview and they want to go to one of these events, and they might be a little nervous, or they don't have a really souped up, awesome car, or what's the vibe?
Well, believe it or not, I just had a gentleman message me like a couple days ago. He said he's new to the car scene. You know, he doesn't have a super fancy car, but he's into cars. And I told him, you know, believe it or not, we're all real friendly. You know, between at least my small group of friends, we try to help each other out. Like, I know a lot about headlights, electrical, wiring harnesses, soldering and stuff. My other friend may know more about building engines than I do. Another guy may know more about upholstery. And so we kind of team up to help work on each other's cars. And so, I mean, same thing with the car community. You know, there's always someone that knows something, and usually everyone's pretty warm welcoming. You know, you just show up to one of the meets, and if you don't know anybody, you know, check out their ride and just say, hey, man, it's a nice car. And bam, you just start talking. You made a new friend. You know, you're exchanging Instagrams. It's usually everyone's really cool.
Yeah, it sounds like, because you all share that one thing in common,
Yeah.
the passion for cars.
Definitely.
If you could have any one car in the whole world, what would it be?
Dang, that's rough.
I know that's a hard question.
That's so rough. You know, a lot of people say supercars, but I'm not really a big supercar person. I would just have to say, like, maybe like a nice Skyline or Supra, you know, even like a nice old Type R or NSX, something old and classic, you know, that you don't see every day. But yeah, I'm not too picky.
What would sound really cool is those old, like Suicide Door Lincolns, black, shiny.
Yeah.
They're long as a boat, but you always see them in the gangster movies.
Yeah.
I'd love to drive one of those around.
I believe it or not, my cousin, he came across a '65 Mustang, and it was pretty much mint condition, and I was like, man, I'm jealous. So it gave me that vibe, like, I need an older car now, like,
Yeah.
you know. So now when I'm done paying off mine, I'm gonna probably get into something older and
An old
just
car.
a nice classic, yeah.
Keep in the garage and just cruise around on Sundays with the top down.
Exactly, exactly.
That sounds perfect. Yeah, that's my goal too.
Something nice.
Eventually.
Yeah.
When I pay off my car. I
Yeah,
still got a
that's-
couple more years.
No, I'm trying to win that lottery. So,
Yeah.
you know, I always tell myself if I win, you know, you can do a lot, especially here in town, you know, helping homeless, you know, even make like a track, especially with all the sad tragedies that, you know, the news is putting out with everything. And
What would you say to some of the guys who drive really fast down the street or burn out? You know, what's some advice for some of those knuckleheads to be cool?
I mean, yeah, the car sounds good, but, you know, you're putting, you know, someone's wife, someone's kids at risk. You know, is it worth it? I mean, yeah, you went from 0 to 60 in a few seconds, but you're going to stop at the next red light, and I'm going to catch up to you. If not, I'm going to pass you, you know. But, I mean, I just tell people, you know, be careful. Even my friends, they know me. Like, when I say, you know, what's up to them, and I meet them out, whether it be, like, at a burger joint or something, shaking their hand, I say, what's up? I'm just like, hey, man, drive safe, you know. You know, the last thing I want to do is see my friend in an accident, or I have to post something. Like, there was someone's, rest in peace, I don't know them, but they have an event coming up. I haven't got to post it yet. It's going to be at Woodward. You know, something happened to a local, so I try to keep on top of that and post it. You know, my condolences. But it's sad. You know, you meet someone maybe once or twice and something happens and they're gone. You know, I try to tell people, you know, just drive safe, man. Rain or shine, just be careful.
Yeah, that's good advice, because there's other people on the road besides them.
Correct.
And they do on the freeway or driving down Blackstone.
Yeah.
They put other people's live pedestrians, motorcycle people, everything. And the Soup Up car is great, and I love them.
Yeah.
And they make great sound and go super fast, and they're pretty, but you know.
Yeah, I
Find
just
another
tell
place.
people if it's your wife or your husband or your kid, you know, you wouldn't want someone doing like 105 by them and God forbid lose control or something. You know, just be careful, man. Don't bring it to the streets. Take it to the track.
Exactly. Yeah. And on a lighter note, more fun, you're doing amazing things with your Instagram page, especially with your story telling us how you came out of homelessness, and now you're creating food drives for the events and taking it to the Paul Varela house, and that's really beautiful, and you're what Positively Fresno is all about.
Definitely.
And I'm glad you came and shared your story, because it's good that we have people like you in our community.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And thank you, Scott Holmes, for showing your face to your viewers and your Instagram followers for the first time.
No problem.
And thank you to T. Meeker at Bay Equity Home Loans for sponsoring our show today. And Fresno, we'll see you soon. And stay healthy and happy out there. I'll talk to you later. Bye.